and welcome to Careers Beyond Motherhood Live. It is so great to be with you today. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Janine and I'm the founder of Lightbox Coaching, where I help women to build careers that they love whilst raising a family. Now, today I want to talk to you about changing career direction. So post below if you have thought about changing career direction, if you've been wondering about it, post and let me know below and just say yes in the comments. The reason why I'm talking about this is because over the past few weeks, I've spoken to quite a few women who are in a similar position. So they're on maternity leave. They're thinking about going back to work after being on a short or extended maternity leave, but they know that they want to change career direction, but they're a bit stuck about how they go about making that change and what exactly they would do if they didn't go back to the career that they built up pre-baby. And I think the common mistake or the common approach that people take is to consider where they are now and how long they've been in their industry or how long they've been in their role, and then get a bit stuck with thinking, well, what else would I do? How else would I transition? What would be the way that I would transition? Because they're focused very much on where they are now and the experience that they've built up in their current position, and not so much thinking about the translatable skills that they have and the things that are transferable to a new role or new industry. So instead of thinking about where you are now, I want you to instead take a step back. And the first thing to do is to think about what you want life to look like. So don't think so much about the role. Don't think so much about the industry and all of that detailed stuff. Think about what you want life to look like. So what lifestyle are you trying to aim towards? So if you're making a career change after having babies, it's likely that you want some flexibility and you want to be able to work in a way that works for you and your family. So really think about, what does that look like though? What would you be doing on a day-to-day? What would your week look like? How would you be feeling? What would be important to you? So think about that first, and then once you've got that kind of figured out, then you can start to think about, well, what types of roles do I think would potentially allow me to have that type of lifestyle? So you can start brainstorming the types of roles that you could potentially move into, that are going to allow you to have the lifestyle that you want and also allow you to feel fulfilled in the work that you're doing. And then once you've done that, then you can start to think about, well, what skills do I need that I don't already have? What skills and experience have I gained that would work for that particular role that you've identified? So when you start thinking of it in that way, you'll start to realize that there are ways that you can translate some of the experience that you have already into this new direction that you want to go to. And then you'll also realize that there might be areas where you need to skill up, you need to maybe do some more training, or you need to figure out what's going to be required. So that's going to help you to start doing that work and really breaking down what you would have to do to make that transition, as opposed to just getting stuck with, well, what would I do and where would I go? So I want to encourage you to take those steps. So firstly, you want to think about, well, what do I want life to look like on a work front, on a home front? Then you want to identify what types of roles could potentially provide me with that kind of lifestyle and that type of role that I want. And then you want to think about, well, what skills do I have now? Where are there gaps? What would I need to do to make that transition? This week on the podcast, I shared on the Careers Beyond Motherhood podcast. If you haven't checked that out, you should totally go and check it out. It's awesome. I shared about my journey and how I changed career direction after going on a mission trip and realizing that the path that I had set out for myself in terms of being a corporate lawyer wasn't necessarily what I wanted. When I was looking at what I wanted life to look like, I wanted to feel fulfilled in the work that I was doing. I wanted to be helping people on a more personal level. And so once I identified what I wanted out of my career, then I was able to go on a journey of exploration to find out what I would need to do to get there. And so I've arrived at a portfolio career where I work as a lawyer, and then I also work as a coach who supports women who want to do great things in their career and motherhood, and I get a great sense of fulfillment with helping those women. And so I really encourage you to start with figuring out where it is you want to get to. And if you want to hear my story in terms of my whole journey of discovery, then check out this week's episode of the podcast. So it's lightboxcoaching.com/episode-47, and then you can have a listen there. And the other thing I wanted to tell you about is a resource that I've recently released. It's a free guide to help you with your career options. So if you are feeling stuck and you need some inspiration in terms of what types of roles you could potentially go for, then this guide is for you. So it's giving you 17 totally different career options after baby that weren't available or didn't exist before. So if you want to get that guide, then head over to lightboxcoaching.com/career-options, and I'll put the link below, and you can download that guide, and that might help you spark some ideas and get your creative juices flowing so that you can start thinking about what alternatives there are for you and what you might want to do differently if you've decided and you've realized that what you're doing now or what you did before your baby isn't going to work for you going forward. All right, that's all from me today. I love speaking to you guys, and do put in the comments below when you're catching the replay. Let me know where you're joining from, because I always like to know where people are tuning in from. All right, have a great afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.